Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sharon Tazwell.
And I'm Sean Maroney. New at 6, a CBS North Carolina investigation. Troubling allegations tonight involving our state's DMV. County clerks say thousands of drivers have had their licenses revoked due to a mistake at the DMV. The department says a backlog is to blame, but as our Investigates team found out, it may not be that simple. CBS North Carolina Investigates Jonathan Rodriguez joins us in the studio with those details. Jonathan?
Well, Sean, what the problem basically boils down to is that at one point there was some missing information, the backlog, which the DMV has no problem admitting. But when it comes to how that information went missing, that's where at this point they won't answer.
People's licenses have been revoked by the DMV wrongfully.
The problem first surfaced when county clerks across the state started getting calls from upset drivers asking why they were losing their licenses.
We've gotten hundreds and hundreds of calls over this.
Jennifer Knox is the Wake County Clerk of Court.
Some people have lost their jobs because their boss finds out, hey, you don't have a driver's license. There are people who have been charged with driving while their license was revoked, which is a criminal charge.
Knox says court records showed old citations had been handled and paid for, but DMV records did not, which led to potentially thousands of licenses automatically being pulled.
The last number I heard was about 30,000.
Here's why. The DMV has an older system that won't automatically update all records. So every night, the Administrative Office of the Courts will send over a report detailing what information is missing. DMV employees then have to manually key in those items. Over time, that pile added up, creating a backlog for months of unupdated records.
The problem has been is that somebody has not been updating the records manually like they were supposed to.
We went to the DMV commissioner for answers.
That backlog has been cleared, and that's currently under investigation. So I don't know if I can answer any more questions about the backlog.
The DMV sent a release saying the backlog is now fixed, calling it a technical glitch. This has been blamed on a technical glitch. Is that, do you think, accurately depicting this problem?
It was... No.
I have no idea why the records wouldn't be updated. That's why I'm saying that the theory that the clerk has is I'm not understanding what their problem is. I don't believe that there's thousands of people that don't have their records updated.
So where do you think that confusion lies?
I really don't have a clue.
But why wasn't it noticed? Here's where things get more interesting. Several DMV employees reached out to CBS North Carolina Investigates saying that pile of reports was actually shredded by another employee.
There's rumors of a disgruntled employee who was just throwing these reports in the trash. I don't know if that's true or not.
We've heard from several employees, including some of the clerks, that there's a possibility that an employee possibly shred or threw away some of these error reports. Is that true?
Sir, that's probably part of the OIG investigation.
So that's nothing you can comment on?
Sir, my action and responsibility was to clear the backlog. And, sir, I've done that. The OIG investigation is still ongoing.
I'm not sure if they even know the depth of the problem that they have at this point. I think they're in triage mode.
If a citizen believes that their records haven't been updated, I want to know about it. I want to be able to fix it right now.
Although they say they don't believe any drivers are impacted, they've sent out a press release asking anyone who thinks they may have a record error to go ahead and call them. You can go to WNCN.com for that number. If you want to call us, too, we'd love to hear from you on this story. Interesting.
Absolutely. So who exactly is in charge of this investigation, and what sort of redress do people have if they found out that their records were compromised?
That's kind of the hard part. The investigation is being done by the Office of Inspector General, which is part of the Department of Transportation. So essentially, it's an internal investigation. But if you have a problem, you can actually call the Clerk of Court's office, because she says sometimes if you call in DMV, it could be upwards of an hour wait before you get anything done.
And if you are a victim, definitely contact Jonathan for sure. All right. Thanks, Jonathan.
And if you have an issue you want the North Carolina News Investigates team to check out, regardless, email us at investigates@WNCN.com.
16-year-old William Huey